What's going on, guys? So I know I'm not really above covering controversial people pretty much putting their foot in their mouth, or pretty much overall not realizing what they're saying is just really stupid. Now, the people I want to talk about today is the group Watchers. Now, they're a little offshoot of BuzzFeed. I believe that's where they started, but I had to get all my information rather recently because, well, I never knew who they were. Now, I'm not trying to say they're unknown or anything like that. That's not a jab at them. I just didn't know who they were because it's not the type of content I watch. Now, I want it to be known that I'm not jabbing at them as much as I am not understanding how disassociated they are with just regular norms of daily life. Now, the reason why I say that is because they made a comment. One comment that stuck with me was, it's $5. Anybody can afford it. Now, we've heard that from streamers before where they say, it's just $5, you can't afford it, you shouldn't be watching it. There was some girl that did that for like a good minute. And I don't get the point of not understanding your following. Social media should not be treated as such to the point that you would look at other people and say, you have to pay me. I want to say it like this. So I have been doing this whole YouTube shtick for a few months now, growing a channel, trying my best to just, enjoy it, not take it too seriously because there's no point in it. It's all for good fun. It's just internet fun. Now, given that their content is way different than mine, they're more actually produced content, longer form, a lot cleaner, and more better quality. I'll give them that, 100%. But there's a bit of a issue with it. They've been outed by Penguin. If you don't know who he is, Charlie's, Moist Critical, stuff like that. He pretty much is it's way bigger than them, but at the same time, he explains how he gets a fraction of what they get. Now, I have to take his word for it. I'm pretty sure he knows what he's talking about when it comes to business because he owns a few businesses. Now, the $5 deal kind of pisses me off because as someone who struggled with money like 10 years ago, and not too long ago, actually, money is not something to take lightly. It's, how everything works. You have to pay for everything you get. YouTube is one of those few things where you can just watch it. Same thing with streaming. You can just watch it. People watch me all the time. I do not have like PayPal set up. I don't have a way to, take donations, nothing like that. I have a modest fan base, sub count, a modest set of people that come to my streams. Totally fine with that. I'm okay with every bit of that. That's why I don't ask for a lot, because I know there shouldn't be, a lot asked of anybody. I chill, I hang out, do videos, play video games, have fun. That's pretty much my whole premise of life. And that's something I think they've lost track of. Instead of just enjoying what they do, now they're looking at the finances. $5 went a long way back in the day for me. You can't do what I did. Back then, I could get a bit of processed ham, a big brick of it. Same thing you'd buy sandwich meat out of, and some cheese, a big tub of like honey mustard, bread, noodles, and banquet meals. Those super simple, under $20. You can't do that anymore. $5 then could stretch a little bit on gas. Now, average is still going to be $3 to $5, so you're not going to be getting gas that easy. And that's the thing. They're asking for this small amount, but that small amount goes a long way right now, especially with the climate of things. I'll just use my house, for instance. Now, I don't normally talk too much about my personal life other than the fact that, I was a couch surfer. That's something that I was, I thought was kind of neat at the time. I don't want to do it again, but you cannot get your house at a good rate. I got mine right before the bigger spike. Now, it's already been spiking before 2019, but anybody looking for a house right now under 30 years old, I understand. I feel for you. You definitely know buying your first house is almost impossible now. And that's kind of my point. $5 goes a long way for a lot of people right now. When I say a long way, it is a lot of money for a lot of people right now. You can barely afford milk at that price. Things have gotten spiraling out of control, and it's very hard for people. And these are younger people watching our content, YouTubers mainly. And that's why I don't think they understand. You can't jump down them and ask them to come subscribe for the content you've already been making. That's another point. This is content they've already made. Not content they've already made now. I'm talking about the same type of content going forward. It's stuff they've already been doing. So they're not changing anything up. They're just making pay for what they already, what style they're already making. I'll put it this way. I'm on the heel of getting 500 subscribers. I can do members. I don't have any idea of doing what to do with members, but I know other people's ideas have been Q&As, private Q&As for members only. You get to watch their videos like a day or two early, small things, but it means a lot to people that are big fans of who they subscribe to. Now, their finger is not on the pulse anymore, and that's what Moist Critical kind of points out. These people, basically, their revenue is like dwarfs whatever Critical does. And you have to think, Charlie has businesses that do money, and he also funnels his money into them. So at the same time, for whatever it costs, he can do it pretty well within reason. He also has, all these other venues. These people dwarf him. That's how crazy it is. And I'm going to have to take Charlie's word on it. And I'll definitely do your own, your own investigation on all this. Look into it yourself. Because like I said, with everything that I say, definitely need to be under a little bit of scrutiny, because I don't know. I don't have the paperwork out in front of me. So it's a little bit, it can be under scrutiny that I could be wrong. But that's my point. These people are wanting you to pay for content, the style of content they've already, been going forward with for little to no reason. They're not adding anything. They're just making you pay for what's already there. People already have to pay upwards of $10 for subscriptions all the time right now for stuff that's way more, available than what you have. They have more TV shows, movies, and, a whole bunch of other stuff that comes with it. Then you can get ad free. Even subscribing to your stuff might be ad free, but it's not going to be worth anything. That's the thing. I think they've pretty much, they probably waste all their money on cocaine hookers if they're needing that much more money. Now, to let you understand, a rough estimate of what Penguin was talking about, or Charlie, was roughly $250,000 a month is what he has to use through revenue, stuff like that, to keep all his businesses afloat, or whatever, certain businesses. And if they're dwarfing him, that means millions of dollars is just being funneled somewhere for no reason. I don't know if they still have to pay BuzzFeed or whatever they came from, but this definitely shows that they are out of touch if that's what's going on. But I know I could do 1,000 different things about this. I'm going to try to not dwell on it. Another thing is her like to dislike is getting ratioed hard. 35,000 dislikes, 190,000. No, 35,000 likes and like 190 something thousand dislikes. Yeah, you fucked up when you have pissed that many people off. I have to say I've been ratioed, but mine's only in the tens. Theirs is in the hundreds of thousands compared to 30,000, which is ridiculous. I have to say, I don't think this is an unpopular opinion to be quote unquote shitting on them right now, mainly because they've put their foot in their mouth. They have messed up. They've messed up big time. This is not a something you want to go do. You don't want to have this huge following and then completely dive deep into the deep end and ruin it. Another thing is they've lost upwards of 30,000 subscribers just in the last 3 days. That's a huge amount. I know for people that have almost 3 million subscribers, that's probably nothing. But somebody like me, a modest little growing channel of a little over 400 subscribers, that's a lot. And that hurts to see somebody lose that much when, I'm not even close to that, which, by the way, that's not me complaining. That's perfectly fine. The video is still up, still getting disliked to hell and back. I'm pretty sure the PR team's having a, nightmare right now. But so you can know all the financial stuff and all the details, I will, link Moist Critical's channel below. It's PenguinZO, and you can go watch his video on him and try to see what you think. Basically, the video is, greed has ruined this channel, and I agree. Greed is ruining them. They definitely have lost touch with what their fan base is. You got to think, a lot of people that watch YouTube are doing it, either in the background or it's just something they do because, to get away from the modern real world. And that's the whole point. They get away from all this shit. For you to tell them come pay $5 for content you've already been making, it's just horrible. Now, this doesn't mean they're going to, make you pay for all their old content. It's still on there, stuff like that. So if you want to rewatch the stuff, that's fine. But the stuff going forward is going to be, you can watch part of it, part of a series, like first few episodes on YouTube, and the rest is all going to be paid for on their own platform. So yeah, if that doesn't scream completely out of touch, I don't know what else would. I have to say, since it's the end, I would like to let everybody know, thank you, I made it to 400 subscribers. I didn't do anything special for it because, I just did the 300 and it wasn't that long ago, but it's really cool to see. A lot of my growth was within like the last weekend and probably going to be going forward. But it's really cool to see these spikes, not to mention some of my videos still doing pretty decent for, what amount of subs I have. I'm trying to get back into streaming on weekends a little bit more readily available. I kind of been getting up late. It's been a lot of stuff's been coming up, so I've been having to do a lot of personal stuff. Still try to get around to streaming. It's been a bit of a hectic week. But hopefully next weekend I might see about doing something for like a subathon. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. We'll see what's going on. But at the same time, I still have to double check with people that I have, outside of YouTube and work that I have to do things with. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, tell everybody. I'm super appreciative of everything. And that's about all I got to say. Y'all have a good one.